Hey, it's Terry Bontemps. How you guys doing today? Hey, you know what? Today I'm going to talk about the upcoming condo collapse. There are over 350,000 plus HOAs in the United States that won't be able to escape the upcoming new federal mortgage rules that will trigger a condo collapse. Millions will lose their wealth. Over 70% of US HOAs are underfunded. That's three out of every four. 50% of US HOAs are seriously underfunded and 30% are insolvent. The numbers don't lie, people do. Insolvent, what does that mean? It means the HOA cannot pay its bills, not low on money, not tight budget. It means the HOA does not have enough cash to meet its current obligations. Underfunded, what does that mean? It means the reserves are way below what is required. Severely underfunded means that the reserves are so low that major repairs cannot be paid for without emergency assessments. Insolvent, it means the HOA is functionally broke, operating cash is gone, bills exceed the income, and the HOA must borrow. They must delay payments and issue assessments just to survive. Hey, starting January 2027, HOAs must allocate 15% of their budget to reserves. It was previously 10%. Here's the extreme pain point. The jump from 10 to 15% instantly, exposes which HOA's budgets were fake because the extra 5% isn't just 5%. It forces every HOA to reveal whether their numbers were real or artificially pumped up. 10% allowed HOAs to hide underfunding. They could have mass deficits, delay the repairs, and pretend the reserves were just fine. 15% blows that cover. It forces HOAs to contribute real money, not estimates, not promises, actual cash. The pain point, HOAs that were barely surviving at 10% will collapse at 15%. They can't hit the number without one, massive dues increases. Two, emergency special assessments. Three, cutting essential services. Number four, admitting insolvencies. Condos will become unsellable and HOAs will collapse financially. Hey, here's the problem with that, ladies and gentlemen, There are 75 plus million Americans that live in an HOA government communities, with 4+ trillion in combined assets, yet new buyers, current homeowners, and real estate agents have zero visibility into whether an HOA is financially stable, heading towards a special assessment, or collapse. To make matters worse, there is no state agency. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no state agency. There is no federal agency. There is no government system that tracks your HOAs. Real-time financial stability. HOAs are unregulated. There is zero oversight, no watchdog, and no one holds them accountable. This means millions of Americans are living inside financially unstable communities, and most don't even know it. Just like me, after 8 years of owning my condo, that's what I found out. The HOA was on the verge of financially collapsing. After I've invested $280,000 of investment of my own money, paid the HOA dues every single month, paid my property taxes through no fault of my own, that financial collapse happened. Hey, the problem, here it is. There is no state, federal, or government system that tracks an HOA's real-time financial stability. There's over 75 million Americans live in HOA governed communities with 4+ trillion in combined assets, yet buyers, homeowners, and agents have zero visibility into whether their HOA is financially stable, whether it's heading for special assessment or even if it's healthy. The real problem is this: no one knows, okay? No one knows. No one knows when homeowners' dues will rise. No one knows how large the assessments will be. No one knows, okay, when the reserve funds will collapse. No one knows how the new federal rules will affect, okay, their property value. They don't know whether they should stay, sell, or prepare financially. For me, I'm walking away. Okay, I'm walking away from $280,000 plus the dues I've paid, plus the property taxes that I've paid, because I'm tired. I don't want to have anything else to do with this homeowners association. Okay, it's been too wishy-washy, too out of control. But I'll talk about this later on another video. Okay, make sure you subscribe so you'll be able to see that reasoning. What's the solution? The solution is simple. It's my HOA TrueView, okay, which will give you a financial health report. HOA TrueView is the first system in the country that gives homeowners a timeline of future dues increases. Okay? It's the first to give a timeline of likely special assessments that are going to be coming. Okay? It's a timeline and a deterioration map of deferred repairs. Okay? It's a reserve funding trajectory. What it does, HOA TrueView will give you a reserve funding trajectory. It'll give you a risk score tied to the new federal lending rules. It'll give you a financial planning window for the next 5 to 10 years. Okay, again, over 70% of HOAs in the US are underfunded. New federal lending rules starting August 2026 will expose the truth. Homeowners may face $15,000 to $35,000 and more in special assessments, okay? And nobody's ready for that because they won't tell you when it's coming. They'll just tell you it's here and then you got to pay for it, okay? And if you don't, they'll go ahead and foreclose on you, okay? Again, no one knows, okay? HOA TrueView gives you the timeline. Take a look at this. So HOA TrueView has given my condo that I've lived in for 8 years, that has 224 units, it has given it a D overall grade. You will not find this anywhere else. This is so honest and it's so much truth. And this is the information that everyone should have, okay? And so it makes people more informed with their buying decisions. I wish I would have had this tool when I first bought, okay? Now, when I first bought, we did not fund our reserves appropriately. So this has been going on for quite a while. And if I would have had that information again, I would have never bought at this condo. Okay. No one should ever buy at this condo right now, especially if they have this information. But buyers, agents, brokers, the board, the property managers, excuse me, don't have this information. It's only, again, because of the technology platform that I've built, HOA TrueView. So let's go at the grade again. Look at the D minus financial. We got C for red flag, C minus for governance, B for vendor. Look at the left, the key findings. We're talking about the reserve deficit, reserve funding, special assessment risk, insurance premiums, operating budget, defers maintenance, and the governance drift. These are all things that my 88 engines analyze to come up with this information. Okay, there's nearly 4 million in deficit. Okay, that's the single biggest risk driver. 42% severely underfunded. That's far below the safe thresholds. Okay, the high of 1 to 3 years window, okay, projected by the TrueView engines. What that means is they're expecting an assessment based on all this information that we've gathered from the HOA. Okay, the data comes exactly from the HOA, the annual budget and policy statement and a few other documents. It's saying that there should probably be a special assessment assessed in about 1 to 3 years. And that's good to know, especially if you're doing some financial planning, especially if you're a homeowner already in this HOA like I am. That tells me I got to make some decisions, okay, about an assessment that may be coming in 1 to 3 years. It's 17% over budget. Okay, the insurance renewal exceeded the projections. Multiple months that are over budget. The administration, the maintenance, the landscape, pool, the utilities, over budget. 1.4 in capital projects, okay, for 2026, but no matching reserves. There's only $886,000, okay, for the whole year that goes into our capital projects. They were projected to do reserves for $1.4 million. Okay, just for the year. So we're $600,000 in the hole just based on those numbers. Okay, inconsistent reporting, reactive decision-making patterns detected. Let's look at the red flags checklist. Underfunded reserves, budget overruns, insurance volatility, deferred maintenance, missing delayed financial packets, capital projects without funding, fee increases outpacing inflation, reserve numbers inconsistent across documents, okay? Delinquencies are rising in some months, no long-term financial stabilization plan. And what this means is this. In 30 years, we have $14 million worth of projects that need to be completed. Right now, we only have $3 million in our reserve account. And for the budget, no one has did any long-term planning to try to figure out how we're going to close that gap. Okay. Now, again, with this information, no one should want to buy. Agents should not show this condo, or if they show it, should give this disclosure that, hey, this is what we're finding out about this HOA. Because again, 100% of the people do not know this information, and they're just walking into traps every day. And again, here's TrueView's verdict. This HOA is financially unstable and trending downward, okay? And again, if you're a homeowner that lives here, you need to know this information every day. But again, I guarantee you, because I was on the board, I was the chair of the Finance and Budget Committee, and I lived here. This is the information that the board will not give you. This is the information that property managers will not give you. They don't even know this information. Trust me. This is why, again, I built this technology platform so homeowners could have this key information because it affects their daily lives. Okay. And again, this technology reviews over 88 engines that are analyzed to come up with this information. So I wanted to share it with you. I'll be sharing more of it in the future. I'll be telling you more about it. But right now, again, this is why, okay, there's going to be a condo collapse. Why? Is because once the federal laws kick into effect, this condo will be non-warrantable, which means that a buyer cannot get a conventional loan to buy here because there's risk involved. And so what that means is no one will be able to sell their condo. There's 224 condo units. No one will be able to sell their condo, okay, conventional wise. The only way someone will be able to buy is they paid all cash. That is what is going to cause the collapse, okay? Because a homeowner is going to be stuck with their condo. They can't sell it, and then future assessments are coming, and we really don't know how much those future assessments are. Now, for mine, I did the research, and it's telling me that I might be in the neighborhood of $15,000 to $20,000 in an assessment, okay, so that the board and the HOA will have the funds to do our projects. So many buyers, so many agents are still trying to buy in my HOA community, okay? And they don't understand, they don't know the true financial stability of my HOA. And so if you take a look at this, this is for agents, and that way they can help their buyers, okay? Again, why this matters simply because buyers are signing the HOAs with hidden financial risk every day. Most agents don't have the tools or the language to disclose what they cannot see. Okay. So, again, HOA TrueView shows you the true financial stability of any HOA in the United States. So here's the script, okay, the agent should use after viewing the HOA financial report. I want to be upfront about the HOA. We use HOA TrueView, which gives an objective financial health score. This community is currently rated as a high-risk HOA. Reserves are significantly underfunded, nearly a $4 million deficit. And the HOA has several major projects coming up that aren't fully funded. That means dues may continue to rise, and there's a real possibility of a special assessment in the next few years. So this is what I really love about this technology platform that I built. It will let you know when an assessment may be coming, and no one else knows this information. Not even the board, not even the management company. No one knows because the information is not available. Okay, there's so many documents. It's so complex. HOAs are so complex. Now, I know a reason why is because I'm an investor. I've been an investor for 44 years. I was on the Finance and Budget Committee, so I got to see inside the deep inner workings, and I've lived in this condo for 8 years. So I said, you know what, I'm going to build the technology so that every single homeowner will be able to see daily what the financial stability is of their homeowners associations. Okay, insurance premiums have increased and the operating budget has been over budget in several categories. The HOA is working through these issues, but buyers should be aware of the financial pressure. If you're buying as an investor, rental cap supply and warrantability may be affected by the financials. I recommend reviewing the TrueView report so you can make an informed decision. And again, if you take a look at the bottom, 88 engines were analyzed to get this information about the TrueView report.